The other day, I reached down to grab a wire off my floor mat. It was actually my cell phone charge cable, and I noticed the top of my floor mat was wet. And I looked underneath it, and it's soaked underneath. This car has gotten some water, and it seems to be only on the passenger side of the car. Now, this is a 1999 town car. I guess it would probably be similar to the Mercurys and the Crown Victorias of the general year. But I first thought, wow, I wonder if my air conditioner, condenser is leaking, or door seal or something. But the seals on my doors look like brand new, and everything fits tight. So I was pretty sure that it wasn't an issue here. And then sometimes the drain holes on the bottom of the doors clog up, but these are fine. And I really haven't been using the air conditioner much. I know it does come on when the heater's on, but it's just not that time of season. And it has rained a little bit. And I thought, I bet you anything that it's coming in somewhere from around the window area. So I got online, I did a little bit of research, and what I found out was that sometimes when it rains, it gets into this container here, which it's designed to do, but there's a drain down here, and this drain, it's actually just got like a little rubber one-way valve flat door on it. We'll try to pick that up and you can see in it. But sometimes that gets clogged up with leaves and other debris and causes this to fill up with water, and when it fills up, it spills into the air intake. There's a fresh air intake, so that when you vent your car inside for your climate control, that fresh air intake takes air from the outside, puts it inside the cabin, and that intake is under this grill. So I thought, well, that makes pretty good sense, but mine is not clogged up. I can see some dirt and debris in there, but it's not clogged up. So I took this cowling off, or whatever you want to call it, and it's pretty simple. There's just a screw that would be here, and there's a screw in the corner, and then the whole thing just kind of works off. So we'll pull that off. And I got looking inside, and I do have some debris on the air intake, but that has nothing to do with the water. Where the water is coming in is the water is coming in behind the windshield, behind this piece of plastic, and there's supposed to be, and this one had one, and we'll get that in a second, a seal that goes all the way around this hole, so that if water does get in behind here, and it will, it cannot get into this cavity. It just runs underneath this container and into the engine compartment out on the road. So I went and got a can of water, and I just poured it right on top above the windshield. And I could see it. It was running in pretty quick right around here. So I took this apart and pulled it apart, and you can see how this is made. So on this piece here, there's some screws down in the hole over here, and there's a couple of nuts that sit on these, and then this thing just kind of lifts off, and you can get it out of the way. And then what you can see is the intake for the the vent where the air comes in at, and I see some debris down there. We'll clean that up, but there should have been a seal on the bottom of this. This is the back side of that piece of plastic, and that seal runs all the way around here. Okay, now on mine it was so disintegrated that it virtually just fell apart. I didn't have any problem at all getting the old crusty seal off, but it was shot rotten. The car's 18 years old, so it's expected. But you get online, and a lot of people are using RTV, and they're using silicone, and I just don't think that's the right way to do it. I think we need to replace this seal, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to replace this seal with something that'll hold up, hopefully even better than what the manufacturer used. This is what we're going to replace that seal or gasket with. This is a type of rubber. It's a foam rubber. It's resilient to oils and water. It can handle quite a bit of heat. So it is in the engine compartment. It's not going to get a lot of heat where it's at, but it'll get some. And this actually might be a little better than what the manufacturer provided for this car. I'll put a link down in the description so you can get a little more information on this. And if I can find a place to buy it, I'll put a link down there as well. Okay, so we've just did a peel and stick. We cleaned up the backside really well, and just followed it all around the edges of this hole. And now we're ready to put it back together. Now, one important thing is this sits like this. So this is the top near the windshield. So you're going to make sure your seam is on the bottom, because the rain's going to come from the top of the windshield and run down. So if your seam is down in the bottom, it's less likely to have a problem, and it won't leak, because your rainwater is going to be coming this direction, not this direction. However, that being said, I cut it a little longer and taped it down so there's pressure coming together on the joints, so it's pretty tight. But when you squish this down, it's going to seal. But if it were not, the bottom would be where you would want that seal, and that's where we're going to stick it, on this side, up towards the front of the engine. Back here is where the water is going to come in. Now we've put the bolts in, and you can see the seal is squished around all around the edges. We're just going to pour some water up here and see if it leaks. And I see no leaks, which is exactly what we want. So we've officially fixed the leak. We put all the parts and pieces back, and now this car is ready for hopefully another 18 years and maybe more.